Alrighty. Alright, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this late night video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button down below on this channel and my other channels, all 5 down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever, oh baby, ever, and I mean ever, miss an upload. And that's all I gotta say about that. So like the video, dislike the video, I don't really care what you do, not gonna affect me. Free views. That's all I gotta say about that. So like the video, dislike the video, leave a comment down below in the comment section after the video is done, or you can come in the chat, act a fool, and we'll talk some wrestling or whatever the fuck you want. And that's all I gotta say about that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channels and follow me on social media, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell. Hopefully you get notified. If you're not, then unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit the bell. You should get my notifications that way. But we'll see. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, on this late Saturday night, September the 11th, 2021, a day that will live in infamy. Or if you're now walking from somewhere else, it's really late. Well, it's getting late. It's almost it's almost midnight wherever you may be on the West Coast, or if you're on the other part of the country, on the other side of the world. It's now September the 12th, 2021. And it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your late and out-of-date Smackdown and Rampage reviews for September the 10th, 2021. And from Smackdown, it was live at the Mecca of all sports, Madison Square Garden in New York City. And for Rampage, it was at the arena in Cincinnati, Ohio. And that's pretty much it for that. And we move on from there. All right, so we got that. So both companies doing some good stuff over this weekend, leading into the weekend. Good shows. AEW Dark has been taping at Universal Studios in Florida. So they're not going to be taping, as far as I know, they're not going to be taping, after Dynamite or anything like that. So Dark's mostly going to be based, I don't know, I have to read the story again, but Dark is going to be, Dark and maybe Elevation are going to be primarily based out of Universal Studios, Florida. Which I think is a good idea for most of these superstars, because most of them, travel from everywhere. So, but it is what it is. So it's a nice little feel that they're back in TNA country, in the same area around there where NXT is. But yeah, that's kind of cool that Elevation and Dark are going to be taped from Universal Studios, Florida. That's kind of cool. And we'll see what happens on this Monday night for Elevation and this Tuesday night for Dark. And that's that. As AEW makes their way to my neck of the woods, New Jersey, at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, this Wednesday night with a pretty big show. It should be some good stuff. Adam Cole, baby, will be on the show, making his debut against the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian. And some other stuff on that show. Should be some good stuff as we're leading into the week after that, next Wednesday, September the 22nd, at Arthur. My phone's going off. At Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York City. All right, so the both promotions, AEW and WWE, are in the Northeast right now. Raw this Monday is going to be in Boston, Massachusetts. So one of my good buddy Joe Cronin is going to go to that show. Probably not. I think another guy we know who might be. If he is there, I hope you kick his ass. But that's all I gotta say is about that. Yeah, so Raw's gonna be in Boston this Monday, and we got a pretty big match on Monday, and that's gonna be Bobby Lashley, almighty Bobby Lashley, defending the WWE title against Randy Orton and his Mountainous Voice. I don't know why they took it off Extreme Rules, unless there's gonna be a rematch. Or it's gonna be something else Lashley does on the pay-per-view. I don't know. I thought the tag team title match was supposed to be on Monday Night Raw, unless they're doing both matches, which I don't see why they're doing that, but I don't know. Raw is just completely bonkers right now. The show is garbage. So knowing Bruce and Vince, they'll probably make both, Lashley and Orton fight twice. And just Riddle will be the fresh man. Riddle and MVP will be the fresh guys. But if anything, I would think that they'll do this match on Monday. There'll be some screwy finish, and then they'll probably do a rematch at Extreme Rules with some type of stipulation, or they just don't do that and put the tag team title match in that spot, which would kind of be really weird to put a tag title match in the main event of a hardcore pay-per-view. So go figure that one out. So it looks like Extreme Rules is just completely discombobulated. Besides Roman and Fiend Balor, and I'll get to that in a little bit. And Becky and Bianca for the SmackDown Women's title, and what looks to be Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Looks like Extreme Rules is kind of like a house show. Doesn't look like a pay-per-view. Kind of looks boring, and it will be boring. I think it'd be the worst. It's not gonna top. It's not gonna top All Out, and it's definitely not gonna top the New Japan show that was the day before All Out. Wrestle Grand Slam at the MetLife Dome. And All Out, from what I read on RingsideNews.com, and what from Tony Khan said, that it did 200,000 buys. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. But it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. That's it. So that's it. We'll get to that. We'll get to SmackDown a bit. All right. So hopefully you all had a great weekend. Tomorrow is the end of the weekend, September the 12th, the day after what happened 20 years ago. Well, if you're watching this video yesterday, but it was September the 11th, the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and it was just a solemn day. I've been watching mostly CNN, and basically, a lot of people talking and everything. Watching Joe Biden go to New York City at the World Trade Center Memorial, and then he went to the Pentagon, and then he went to that place in Pennsylvania where Flight 93 crashed. So that was kind of nice that the president, being the consoler-in-chief, the comforter-in-chief, whatever you want to call him. Some people hate him, some people, like him. But no, at least he did a pretty good job today, and that's all I gotta say about that. We also heard from then President George W. Bush, and he had a good speech today. Basically warning of maybe some what do you say? Direct uh, terrorism from within or something like that. I forgot what it was, but yeah. So we're not out of the woods yet. So, and what sucks is this is the 1 year anniversary of the troops being gone from Afghanistan. We got basically all of them out now, and now the Taliban's like, oh, we control the country now. So we can't do anything about it because now they're armed. They're more powerful than they were 20 years ago. So we're fucked, pretty much. I would think if we decide if they decide to fuck with us again, I think it's gonna be another 20-year war with those freaking you know what's from Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran and Pakistan. I just feel we're gonna go back into war. I just feel it. We came out of the war. We got done with this 20-year war, the longest war that the United States has ever had, I believe. And now we're probably gonna go right back in. Because now the Taliban's owning Afghanistan, and I don't know. I don't want all these these people that they just left and they're like, oh, we gotta go back. We're gonna defend America. But now that, like I said, now that the Taliban has basically all our stuff, we're screwed. So I just hope we don't go back. I don't want to go back and then have a whole bunch of Americans die because the Taliban's just like killing us because they got more stuff than us. Good Lord, hopefully not. Please don't. I just don't want to see another 9/11. That's all I want to see. I don't, man. So if I was like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, all the major cities, I would be on high alert over the next couple of years. Because you never know when those those idiots from the Taliban might send some people over and fly planes into fucking things. God forbid we get another one of that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Too many people died on 9/11, and yeah, that's it. Thankfully, nobody in my family died or anything like that. Don't know about who, but yeah, I had a couple. I had two members of my family that worked around the World Trade Center site. One my cousin worked in World Trade Center 7, which is like I think right across from it, and my uncle used to work down at the at Fulton Street, yeah, the fish market, and I was kind of worried about them, and then but fortunately they got out okay, and then one of my friends had an interview in I forgot what building. I think it was the first or second building. It was on the lower floors, thankfully. Uh, and basically he had to walk home all the way from the World Trade Center over the bridge, over the Brooklyn Bridge, all the way through Flatbush. And yeah, I was worried for him and everything. I woke up. My dad woke me up in the morning and said, "Turn on the TV. The Twin Towers have been hit." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Leave me alone. Go back to bed." So I was about to go back to bed because I thought it was like a joke or something like that. And I was like, "All right, let me see." So I turned on channel 4, and I see that the first tower got hit. I was like, "Damn, what the fuck just happened?" I thought it was like watching a movie. I was like, "What the hell happened?" And then I saw the second plane hit. I was like, "Oh God." And then the first tower went down. It went down like like a ton of bricks. I was like, "Damn, a plane can do that?" Jesus Christ. Then the second one went down. I was like, "Oh boy." It's like and then I'm looking at the news, and I'm seeing like people jumping from like the 105th floor to the death. It was so freaking scary, And I'm like watching this. I'm like, oh shit, we're at war. We're at war. We're going to war. And 4 days later, Mr. Dick Cheney said we're going to war. And the war began. And it only took us 3 months to kick the Taliban's ass. Yeah, 3 months to kick their ass with 20 years to get out of Afghanistan. That's, go figure that one out. But, but it took us time because we had to, get rid of Saddam Hussein. We had to find him. Finally found him, kicked his ass, sent him to hell. Then it took us more time to find Osama bin Forgotten because he's hiding his little bunkers. Then we finally found the bunker, blew him up. And it was done. But, then they had all the other Taliban guys that were under, these guys. Like, oh, we're going to blah, blah, blah. And what do? Bang. Good night. Goes talk to Allah. It is what it is. And we're trying to get them out. Like, we thought it was over years ago, but, finally we get the remaining troops out. And then what does the freaking Taliban do? It's like, oh, you're not taking anybody out. They're like, we're not, They send a damn freaking suicide bomber into the airport, killed 13 American people. Americans, I should say, soldiers and shit. And then the U.S. like, oh, you want to kill all 13 guys? Started dropping bombs on those fuckers. Then we finally get most of them out. We're trying to get the Afghan people out. But, having a little bit of trouble with that. And then I found out today, I was watching CNN, that there was a drone strike on a possible suicide bomber, but found out the car, the guy had jugs of water in his car. It's like, whoops. So, I don't know if the Taliban are going to, or the Afghans or the Taliban are going to do something about that, but I don't know. I just hope and pray. I hope and pray we don't get something after this. Let's just get through 2020, get through 2021, and then worry about 2022. That's all I got to say about that. But, we're still going to have terrorism around this freaking world and this, but, I think today was a day, the country is all fucked up as it is. But I think today was a day that all Americans should unite as one and, get this country back to the way it is, man. Unite America. Let's get back to kicking some ass. That's all I gotta say. Just stop. These Americans, some of you Americans just need to just wake up. Wake the fuck up. Get vaccinated. Stop this freaking pilgrimage. Like, I'm not gonna get vaccinated. I don't have to do shit. There's no mandate on me, but well, fuck you. They're all mad that, everything's getting mandated. You have to get your vaccine or you can't work. Well, if you don't want to work, you don't want to get the vaccine, I guess you're not going to work. You're not going to make that money that you need to pay your bills and put food on the table. What are you gonna do then? You're gonna ask the president for another stimulus check, which is never gonna come, even though a lot of people want a fourth stimulus check. I could use one, but it is no, it is what it is. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, but just a crazy, crazy day, solemn day, and now now it's September the 12th, 2021, the day after this horrible incident. You know, but I think the day after we started to rebuild, and it took a while for New York City to get back on its feet and everything. Everywhere else, like the Pentagon and you know and that place in Pennsylvania, and the entire world and the entire United States of America. Took a long time, and then they had the 9/11 concert, which was great, and then baseball came back, and to New York with the I think I think the Yankees did it first. I think the Mets did it first. I forget, but we all remember the Met game from against the Braves, when they were down 2-1, and then Pizza get a job. I mean, Mike Piazza hit that majestic home run that is still stuck in Met fans' memories, and he hit that home run to win the game. Well, basically put the Mets in a lead, and then they won the game. Not that they were going anywhere, but yeah, they won the game, and Piazza's a fucking hero. It is what it is. And then the Yankees made the playoffs. They got to the World Series. And then game 3 of the World Series, President George W. Bush, he comes out and in Yankee Stadium, and he throws out the first pitch. He throws a perfect strike. God bless that man. But because he drew it. But throws a perfect strike, and baseball was back. Football was back. Well, everything was starting to get back in control, and comedy and all that, all the old stuff came back, and the country was healing and everything. We were fine. We were fine after that, And then we started the war. We kicked the Taliban's ass, showed them who's boss. It is what it is. Now, 20 years later, look what's going on now. The Taliban are now in control of Afghanistan. They're more powerful than 20 years ago. And I think Biden I think Mr. Biden I think made a bad mistake in getting rid of the troops, because now the Taliban's taking over everything, and these poor Afghan people are now, they're trying to get out. They can't get out because the Taliban told them you can't get out. So I don't know. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen between now and maybe Christmas. I'm not talking about the pandemic. Fuck the pandemic. Nobody gives a shit about the fucking pandemic anymore. But I just have a feeling that something's gonna happen by the end of the year. I just have a feeling. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope something does happen. God forbid we go back to war. It's gonna be. It might be a tough war, because, like I said, the Taliban are more powerful. I think if we want to beat them again, we gotta bring some like nuclear shit on them. Drop them bombs on those what. Send out the drones, send out the freaking missiles, the nukes, the heavy artillery, my friends. Heavy artillery. We just go bomb, 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 bomb. We kill them all. All these freaking Taliban. Get them all. All of them. Kill them all, please. And then we then we worry about other shit. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's talk enough about that. So, all right. So, besides 9/11, I hope you had a good day. And if you remember 9/11, leave your comments down in the comment section, or if you're still up, you can come in the chat. That's all I gotta say about that. But that's that. But anyway, I had a pretty good day. Besides watching CNN and watched a little bit of college football. There's some pretty decent games, and then the Met game was on tonight. The Yankees and the Mets, and it was a pretty well for beginning of the game. The Mets were down 5-0 because Taiwan Walker can't pitch. Then became 5-3 as Baez hit a home run, and then got a couple of hits. It was 5-3, and then I think they hit another home run, made it 5-4. Actually, Baez hit a home run, make it 5-4. Then they tied it up. Oh, actually no. McCann hit a home run, a 2-run homer, make it 6-5, and then Pilar got an extra run, make it 7-5. And then they bring in Seth Lugo, pitches a great inning, 9 pitches. And what does this dumb fuck Luis Rojas do? He takes Lugo out, puts in Trevor May in the 8th. I'm like, why? And what does Trevor May do? What he always does, fucks up, puts a guy on, and then Judgy Wudgy comes up, and he already hit a home run early in the game. He comes up, bing, home run. Makes it 7-7, and then Aaron Loop comes in, trying to stop the bleeding and everything, try to keep it a tie game, but guy hits. They had 1 out. I think it was on 1st and 3rd. Guy hits a ground ball to Lindor. Lindor tries to get the double play, throws to Baez. Baez, picks it up and then he throws it like almost into the stands. And then Pete Alonso is trying to get the ball and the guy scores. Make it 8-7. And Mets had a shot in the 9th. J.D. Davis hit a ground rule double, and then he moved to 3rd on a strikeout. And then McCann came up to try to win the game, and he hits a fly ball to Judgy Wudgy, and the Mets lose 8-7. And they had a golden chance to pick up a game on the Braves, who lost tonight. The Phillies won, so the Mets are I think 1.5, or I think it was 1.5 or 1 game back of the Phillies for 2nd place. They could have gained a game in the wild card. The Padres lost. The Reds lost, and that's it. So, they are down by a game. I think a game back of Philly, and a game and a half behind the Cardinals, and 4.5 behind the Padres and Reds, because now they're tied. So, with 18 to play. It's not going to be easy. I don't see the Mets doing it. I just don't. Because I just don't, I don't even know who's pitching tomorrow. I think it's a bullpen game. So, I don't know who's going to win that game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on ESPN. And nobody's going to watch that because everybody's going to be watching Sunday Night Football with the Bears and the Rams. Should be a good game. That's that. So, I don't know. I just don't think the Mets are going to make it. And at this rate, I don't even think the Yankees are going to make it. Right now, they are a half game back of the Blue Jays. And thank you for the free views, assholes. Go to bed. Jerkies. Come on in and say something. If not, get the fuck off my channel. Homos. And that's all I got to say about that. Anyway. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow night with the Mets and Yankees. But really, tomorrow is Football Sunday. Yes. Finally, football's back. We saw it Thursday night with a pretty close game with the Buccaneers and the Cowboys, and the Buccaneers pulled it out. Brady uses magic once again, and the Buccaneers won 31-24 229, and that's that. And now we start the other games for tomorrow. We got the Jets and Carolina in Carolina. We got the Niners, my Niners, yes, playing Detroit in Detroit. It's a 1:00 game. Then the Giants, the New York Football Giants, play at home at MetLife Stadium against the Broncos at 4:00 on Fox. And then, like I said, got the Sunday night game. So a lot of football tomorrow. And you got a Ring of Honor pay-per-view tomorrow, Death Before Dishonor. If you want to watch that, go ahead. If you're a big-time Ring of Honor fan, I might watch that later. Maybe later. Probably watch the replay. But it is what it is. I might do my review. Not my review. I probably would do my predictions tomorrow on episode 205 of the Gilmore Chronicles, which I'm going to turn into a stream. Just an afternoon stream. I'll probably be doing it sometime in the early afternoon, maybe I would say between 2 and 4 o'clock. So check it out, hit the bell, get notified, and all that other good shit. So gonna have a Sunday afternoon stream, watching football and talking some wrestling and whatever else. That's it. So hit the bell and subscribe to my TGC Reborn channel. Link down below, and that's it. All right, let's get into something else besides all that. All right, so let's get into SmackDown from last night, well, Friday night, I should say. And this was a great SmackDown, Super SmackDown from Madison Square Garden. And Vince was there and everything. Well, not on TV, but he was there. And this was probably the best SmackDown, I would think, all year. Maybe a couple weeks ago when they got a 2.8 rating. And then last week did a what did it do last week? I think it did a little over 2. I think it did 2.1. But this past Friday's episode did 2.2, 2.21, whatever you want to call it. So they went up a little. They went up a little bit. Don't know Rampage's rating yet. I'll probably look probably either later when I finish this, when I wrap up this burrito, because it's 2:28 in the morning. So gotta get up in the morning because the missus has to get up early, and gotta do my shit tomorrow. Gotta get up early so I can get myself ready for some football. You know what I mean? So gotta watch the pregame stuff. Get ready. Got my Kaepernick jersey ready. Got my Niners gear ready. I'm ready. All I need is some food and some drinks, and that's it. But I think I have some food in the fridge. So I have some pizza and some frozen pizza, and I gotta get a soda. I don't have much Pepsi left. So I might go to the store probably around 11 or probably right before the pregame show, probably around 12 o'clock. I'll go just take a walk to the store. It's like a block away. So get a couple of sodas and then a couple 2 liters, put them in, and then have some lunch, right after, probably around halftime of the Jet game and the Niner game, and then just have lunch, and then that's it. Do my little stream on Sunday afternoon, and then watch football for the rest of the night, and then that's pretty much it. And then get ready for the start of the week, and that's it. And we move on. All right, so like I said, SmackDown was great SmackDown. I haven't seen a SmackDown like this in a long time. This was great. They brought out the big guns. Even though they had John Cena on the show, even though he came out after the show in a post show dark match with the Mysterios and everything. Why didn't have him on the main show? I don't know. But yeah, they cut a lot of shit out on SmackDown. They had a Kevin Owens segment and a match, probably with Baron's happy slappy Corbin. Nobody cared about that. So they took that out, and then Selena Vega and I think Carmella was supposed to have a women's tag team match. That got scrapped. And Selena Vega was, all dressed, for the occasion and everything because her dad died in 9/11, so she wanted to pay tribute to her dad. I didn't even have her on the show. I mean, she did like a WWE exclusive thing, but she wasn't happy. She was not happy. I wouldn't. I would be too if I'm from New York and I lost somebody from in the Twin Towers attack. I want to be on the show. I want to pay my respects. Wear tights or come out with something. Like a family member died. I want to have something on my shirt. You know, or have my family in the crowd like they're waiting for me to come out, and they're like Vince and Bruce like, oh, you can't come out. We don't have nothing for you. We scrapped the match. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, screw you. You tell me that. I'm like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna say, hit my goddamn music right now, and I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get on a live mic and say what I have to say, and I'm done. And if Vince doesn't like it, he wants to fire me. I'll just get on my phone and say, Tony, I'm coming down. That's it. I was like, I'll go be all elite elsewhere. You want to treat me like that? Okay. So that's what I think, Dia Trinidad should do. She tell Vince McMahon to go kiss her ass. Her hot ass, by the way. But, that's what I would do. I would just fucking leave, man. I think her and Carmella should leave. And Carmella's not really from Staten Island. She's from Maryland, from what some people saw on Twitter, on Instagram. She might be the princess of Staten Island, but I think she's originally from Maryland. Don't quote me on that, but it is what it is. But yeah, so they cut that out too, which I thought was corny. And because they, some matches ran, I think the Edge and Seth Rollins match went way over time. And there's maybe some segments, some matches went over time. You saw that match, but it is what it is. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time than I wasted. Let's get into it. We got Rampage to get to. All right, so we go Smackdown with a great video of the September 11th attacks. Pointing out everyone had to, try to rebuild after that. Then we see some clips of the September 13th, 2001 Smackdown. That was around near the end of the Attitude Era. We saw that. That was nice and everything. I today actually. Remember when The Rock had the NWA belt, the World Championship, and Stone Cold had the the other belt. This is way before the invasion angle and everything. But around the same time when the invasion was taking place, I think. Then before Jericho became the undisputed champion. Blah 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 blah. All right, so that was pretty nice. The fans like USA, USA, America. So we saw that. All right, after that we get the music of Roman Reigns, Mr. Goldfist himself, Mr. Tribal Chief, and we must acknowledge him. So the Bloodline comes out. My name is Paul Heyman, and the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, they out. Time, get in the ring finally. So Paul gives the mic to Roman. Roman says WWE runs sports entertainment in New York. He runs WWE, so therefore he runs New York. And he runs New York City and Madison Square Garden. Therefore, so he says, therefore, MSG, you should acknowledge me. So he got a loud pop. I was like, wow. Well, the Tribal Chief finally got his acknowledgement from the New York crowd. So I acknowledged him. Praise be Almighty Roman Reigns. That's all I gotta say about that. So he's about to continue. And then we hear the music of Brock Lesnar. And he comes out and I'm doing this thing. Pyro immediately get right next to get between Roman and Lesnar, beat the crap out of each other. So Paul's like, oh, he's kind of scared, and he asks Brock, why do you need to go after the Universal title? You can go after Lashley in the WWE title. He's like, all you can do is give the mic. So Lisa tells Paul, like, why don't you tell him why you didn't? Lisa says, why didn't you tell Roman that was SummerSlam? And then the crowd starts going, oh, you fucked up. You fucked up. And then we heard it was 3 minutes of dead air because it had to be censored. You wouldn't hear that on AEW, but I digress. So Reigns is like, Paul? He takes his title. He's like, screw you, Paul. Then the Usos like, screw you, Paul. They leave. Then Lesnar's like, he's bouncy, 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 bouncy. Then Heyman's like, doesn't know what to do. And he's like, he grabs the mic. He's like, I got it. Then he goes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and for 20 years I have been the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. And everybody's, cheering along with him doing the same. And Lesnar's like, yes. Good golly, Paul, that felt great. And then he got all serious for a minute. And he's like, I want you to accept my challenge for Roman Reigns to give me a Universal title shot. And Paul's like, and then Lesnar's like, you got 5 seconds. All those are kind of staring, they're on the in the aisleway and they stare down and everything. And I'm like, well, you're not gonna help. So let's go 4, 3, 2. Then he picks up Paul in 5 positions, about to F Heyman. But then Reigns comes in with the save with a super kicks, but that doesn't do any good as Lesnar takes him down. And then Roman takes Heyman out of the ring and gets some suplex city from Brock on the Usos, and that was it. So pretty good segment. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I can't wait for Roman and this version of Roman against this version of Brock, and we'll see where Paul Heyman goes from here. So we're gonna see what happens with them a little bit later, and that's all I gotta say about that. So 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was just awesome. Great way to start the show. Fans are hot. They're ready for what's next. All right, then we had a little bit of cool down as we have a 10-man tag team match. We had Sami Zayn, who came out in a New York Knicks jersey, and he had a jersey and freaking pajama pants on. I'm like, what the hell? Did he forget his gear? We also had Apollo Crews with his good buddy Commander Aziz. And then we had the Dirty Dogs, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler, as well as Otis of the Academy, as Chad Gable was on the outside with Commander Aziz. And they're taking on the Mysterios, Dominic and Rey, Mr. Money in the Bank, Big E, and the Intercontinental Champion, King Shinsuke Nakamura, and his guitar friend, Rick Boogs. So we had that. Mac was kind of sloppy, but anyway, before the match, Sami Zayn, who was in his Knicks jersey, trying to get the the New York pop, whatever. I don't know what jersey he was wearing. What player? I really don't care because I don't like the Knicks anyway. So he comes out, he gets on the mic and tries to get the the heel heat and everything. he says, before we start this match, I'm gonna bring out someone who actually knows how to win in Madison Square Garden, and that man is Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Ooh, savage. So Trae Young of the Hawks comes out, and we all know what happened with Trae Young, especially in I believe it's game 1 of the NBA NBA Plus. Trae Young hit that 3, and he's like, trying to do his best Reggie Miller impersonation. And then a fan spit on him and stuff. I think it was game 2 or game 2, I think it was. And but anyway, the Atlanta Hawks eliminated the New York Knicks in 4 games. Bye-bye. That was that. Thanks to Trae Young just going murdering people and everything. So, but it, excuse me, and that's that. So he joins the heel side. So we start the match, and Shinsuke clears the ring, and here he goes after Trae Young as Otis runs him over inside the ring. Then we get a corner splash, crush Nakamura. We go to break, and then we come back, and everybody started hitting their signature moves, which was kind of like weird. We got a spine buster by Bobby Roode. We get all these other signature moves, and then there's a point in the match where Trae Young, where Rey Mysterio was caught in the ropes, I think by Sammy, and then Sammy tries to distract the referee, and then Trae Young tries to choking him on the ropes, choking him on the ropes, and then the referee sees it and he goes, Trae Young, you're out of here, and then the crowd's like, yeah. And then he's like, what did I do? And he's looking at McAfee like, what did I do? Okay. And then after that, the Mysterios come back, and Rey and Dominic hit a double 619 to Sammy, which startles him. And then Big E, who was, I guess, the legal man, he comes in, hits the big ending on Sammy, 1, 2, 3, and almost 7.5 minute clusterfuck of a match. So wasn't anything right home about. So I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Then afterwards, the lovely Kayla Braxton, looking hot, and we'll be talking about Kayla for most of this this show. So she comes and talks to Biggie about how about the big win and everything. And Biggie talks about how the team was, just like the New York Knicks. Anyway, he's like, well, what's next for you? And then so Biggie's like, he holds up the briefcase like, this is mine. He's like, doesn't matter who it is, if it's Roman Reigns, if it's Bobby Lashley. He's like, if you got what I want, your neck. Kind of like what Mia Yim used to say. What happened to Mia Yim? Oh, that's right. Anyway, so it's like, if you have a title, I'm coming for your neck. Blah blah blah. Said it might be later tonight, might be on Monday Night Raw, but when I do show up, you will feel my power, and that's it. So serious Big E this time, and we'll see what happens with that. If he shows up on Raw Monday night, or whenever he shows up and cashes in that damn contract, but we'll see what happens with that, and we move on from there. So that was pretty good. I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on from there. Okay. All right. After that, we see some charities who have helped with the fallout of September 11th. They're in the crowd. That's pretty nice. All right. Then we go to the contract signing between the champ, the man, Becky Lynch. We get Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. That's not even her hair, but she's Bianca Belair. That's it. So Bianca comes out, still skipping and happy, even though WWE screwed her in 26 seconds. Don't know. Anyway, so I'm about to have that contract signed for Extreme Rules. So we get Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce in the ring, the Authority. So they're in the ring to mediate this thing. And as we all know, every contract signing ends in chaos. But this one was not so chaotic. So Bianca looks at the contract and she's like, I'm going to talk first. and about how it's like, I can't believe I'm here in Madison Square Garden. Even though you were there last time you were there, you won an award with Sasha Banks. Oh, where is Sasha? And we were saying that Sasha was supposed to come back around around the Super Show. Nope. She's busy doing something else besides dick. But it is what it is. Anyway, so Bianca says she respects Becky for being a new mom and a champion, but she can't believe Becky ran from a fight. And she says Becky keeps talking about beating her in 26 seconds at SummerSlam because Becky knows what happens when they're in the ring in a real match, and we're gonna find that out at the pay-per-view. And then Bianca takes the contract, signs the contract, puts it down, and then Becky Lynch comes out, and we get a new look, Becky. Something we never seen before. Usually she comes out, with a shirt that says, the man has come back to New York City or something like that, and everything, blah blah blah. I don't know, when she was the man and everything. But anyway, Becky comes out in a big red fur coat, sunglasses. So she's looks like she's playing the heel look to a T almost. It was her idea to actually turn heel. So go figure that one out. So anyway, she gets in the ring, and she says she knew she had what she calls Bianca Esther for some odd reason. At SummerSlam, when she saw Bianca's face as her music hit. She said Bianca could be the man or she could be a fan, and there was nothing wrong with sitting out there with the regular people. And she's going to give Bianca a shot, and maybe she would have beaten her in 20 seconds here in Madison Square Garden. So she's about to sign the contract, and she's like, what if I don't sign the contract? Why do we have this match? What do I gain here? Blah, blah, blah. So Adam's like, what do you mean you don't sign it? What do you mean if you don't sign it? You're not going to have the match. Duh. You're going to probably be in breach contract or whatever. Contract. So the fans are like, sign it. Sign it. And then Becky's like, so she's like, it's like, really? You're giving me this treatment? He's like, I sat at home. You're hearing you can't. We want Becky. And, I came back at the last second. She's like, I left my baby girl at home, and now, you're rooting for a flash in the pan over the man. So she says, well, if you can't join them, beat them, and I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. She throws it in Bianca's face. Bianca catches it. Well, when Bianca, I forget. When Bianca threw it at Sasha, and Sasha missed it, whatever. Anyway, so she throws it at Bianca. Then she leaves. So it is what it is. So we got the match. It's now official at Extreme Rules. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch for the title. And that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens with all that. But it is what it is. I still think it'd be a pretty decent one. I think it's gonna last more than 26 seconds, but we'll see. I still think Becky's gonna retain. I just have a feeling Bianca's gonna Becky's gonna win and then just mow through the rest of the Smackdown. The Smackdown women's roster until maybe somebody beats her. I don't know who. I'm thinking maybe Toni Storm if they use her, but that would be interesting. Have see Becky versus Toni. Becky's from England or Ireland, and I think Toni Storm's from England, or I forget where she's from. But anyway, I'd love to see that instead of seeing Becky versus Carmella, Becky versus Becky versus Becky versus Selena Vigo. I'd like to see Becky versus Liv Morgan, but I don't think they're gonna pull the trigger with Liv Morgan getting the SmackDown Women's title. So we'll see what that is. But the only thing I think the only person that could probably beat Becky is either Toni Storm or if Sasha decides to come back, which I don't know when that may be. It could be, she might take the year off and then come back at the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, and then face Becky at at WrestleMania 38. We could see that. I could probably see that. Maybe we'll see. But if they decide to do that, or if Sasha comes back earlier, we can see Becky defended. Maybe it won't be at Crown Jewel, so I doubt it'll be Survivor Series, so it might be at TLC or at the Day One pay-per-view and on January the 1st. But we'll see. Because I think I think the Royal Rumble is going to be sometime in February. I think it'll be either February 6th or it's going to be February the 20th. Because you can't have it right around the Super Bowl or the day of the Super Bowl. That's not going to happen. So I'm thinking, if they do the Royal Rumble in February, probably going to be the February 6th or February 20th. I doubt it'll be February 27th because then they got to have to start the build for WrestleMania. And if they have a pay-per-view between that, I don't know. But in March, but I think WrestleMania is sometime in April. But it is what it is. That's that. And thank you for the free views. I keep going, goes up 1 0 1 0 1 0. So that all these trolls are still awake. Or they're half dead, but most of them are mostly dead. It is what it is. I don't care. I don't care if it's 2:52 in the morning and I'm talking to myself. I don't give a shit. Do whatever the fuck I want. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. All right, so it wasn't really a chaotic contract signing, but contract got signed and nothing really happened. All right, so we got the contract signed, and now we got Becky versus Bianca at Extreme Rules in 2 weeks from actually right now. It's Sunday. It is Sunday morning, so it was almost Sunday morning, but it is what it is. We got that. So I got the contract signing, 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And that's it. And we move on. All right, then we get video of the Edge versus Seth Rollins feud. So we got that. So we saw, basically, what led up to SummerSlam when Edge Seth Rollins. So this is going to be Edge Seth Rollins 2 coming up in just a little bit. So that was a nice video. I know that. All right, then we go to the back where we have Paul Heyman. He's on the phone with somebody. Probably I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Brock. I don't know. Or maybe somebody that he knows. I don't know. But anyway, he wasn't on the phone with me. He doesn't have my number. Anyway, so Paul's on the phone with somebody. Then he passes Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox. And it's like, hey, Paul, you want to ride on our tank? So they leave, and Paul's like, oh, I can't get a taxi around here. And then he turns right around, and Caleb Braxton, his worst nightmare, comes up, and Heyman's like, Dad, what? So Caleb's she's still trying to get the scoop. Ask Paul if there's an update on Brock's challenge. So Paul says Roman will watch the Usos versus the Street Profits tag team title match, and then he will answer that challenge. So then he's like, bye-bye, goodbye, get out of here. So then he turns around, bumps into Big E, and he has the briefcase. He's like, doing his Scooby-Doo impersonations and shit. That's it, man. But I like these, Heyman, Caleb Braxton segments. They're kind of cool, Caleb's like, hi, Paul. Can I get the scoop? Heyman's like, get over here. I think that they gelled on Talking Smack before Heyman. They kicked Heyman out. They really they took him out. I forgot who they put in his place. Thought it was Pat McAfee, but I don't know who it is. I don't watch Talking Smack that much anymore, anyway. But that's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to Edge versus Seth Rollins 2. And this was pretty damn good. Just like their SummerSlam match, which was, basically, I think my eye stole the show. But this one did it again. I think it didn't, well, just about almost on the same level. But what happened, near the end of the match, that was kind of, controversy. But we'll get there. All right, so anyway, so we start the match. Pat McAfee, had the line of the night, was saying this is a Sunday fight on a Friday, meaning a pay-per-view match on a Friday. It is what it is. So Edge starts with a headlock on, but Rollins is back with a dropkick to the knee. Makes Edge think twice about things, but he's finding out to block the downward spiral into the corner. And Rollins sends him into the ring post. Then snaps the twin Edge off the apron to the outside. Then he hits a big flippy dippity doo. So we come back. Rollins is still in control on Edge, punching Edge against a barricade on the outside, taking him back in, works on that knee again. And then he picks up Edge, and well, you know how he did last week when he was using a lot of Edge's old moves and stuff like the execution. Then he did the crossface, the thing, the piece of the chair in the mouth of Cesaro. Using a lot of different moves from that Edge used. But this time, since Beth fucking Phoenix was in the audience, he bust out the Glam Slam. Like, wow, he actually did that. And I thought he was gonna win with that. That would be really humiliating for Edge and Beth fucking Phoenix. So he hits the Glam Slam for a near fall. Then he does it again, gets a near fall out of that. So Rollins tries the execution, but Edge slips out. Then Rollins tries to go for the pedigree. So Edge reversed it, hits his version of the pedigree. So he's using a Triple H's move, and well, Rollins used the pedigree for a little bit when he was with the Authority. So then Edge sends him to the outside, hits a dive to the outside, takes us to another break. We come back, Edge gets a near fall off a full Nelson slam. Excuse me. Then goes to the top rope. Rollins runs up the corner, goes for the superplex. Goes for the paradox. But superplex is countered with a shove back down, and then Edge locks in the educator. But Rollins was into the corner to break the hold. Then he pulls Edge into the crossface, but Edge reverses into his version of the crossface. They start smashing Rollins' head into the mat like he did at SummerSlam and how he won the match. He sends Rollins to the rope, and Edge is getting pissed. He's like, what am I gonna do? So he's in the corner, looks ready for the spear, gets counted into a swinging necker. And then Rollins tries to go for the stomp, gets counted into a sit-up powerbomb for a near fall. But Rollins comes back with a buckle bomb, but Edge hits a desperation spear for 2.995. Edge takes him to the corner, which allows Rollins to hit a low blow as they backed into Jessie, the female referee, and then Rollins hit a kick right in the nuts. Then Rollins with a super kick puts Edge on his knees. Then he hits another basement super kick, knocks him even more out. And then Edge is like, he's like looking at me. He's like, come on. And then Rollins is like, why won't you die? Then he hits a third super kick, which basically knocked Edge for another loop, which set up the stomp. 1, 2, 3. So Seth Rollins gets the win back. So they're knotted at 1 apiece. Match was like 24.5 minutes, but this was great. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Great match. and that's it. And that's it. And then Michael Cole, was kind of concerned with Edge because Edge wasn't moving, and then the referees, chant Edge, and then she's like, "Get out here!" And then Edge, I think Seth Rollins want to put Edge away for good. We see Edge, we see the medics come out with a stretcher. They put Edge on the stretcher, so that was that. So it looks like they're setting up for something, or it's actually Edge is legit injured again. But that's that. So we go to break, and then we come back. We see the medics taking Edge into the ambulance. Rey Mysterio, I forget who else was with him. I think it was just Rey Mysterio. Was right next to him. And then our commentary talks about what just happened and how serious the neck injury, that Edge had a while ago is. And then they put him in the ambulance, and then we see the ambulance leave, and Rollins is like right there. He's like, and then I think it was Erin Moran, not Erin Moran. What was her name? Erin something. Like asked Rollins, like, how do you feel about what you just did? And she's like, I don't know how I feel right now. My arm hurts, but other than that, basically didn't answer anything. Maybe kind of felt a little bit bad for putting Edge in the hospital or in the ambulance, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that. I think it's leading to an ambulance match at Extreme Rules. So I think Edge is gonna either have a segment on this Friday night from the hospital or from wherever, or he comes out in an ambulance, and then he challenges Rollins to a third match, and that's gonna be the blow off match. And probably Edge is gonna win that, put Rollins in the ambulance, win the match, and then probably won't hear from Edge till probably Crown Jewel or Survivor Series, and then Rollins goes wherever he has to go. That's it. But it is what it is. So yeah. So I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, yeah, good way to write Edge off TV for a little bit. But I know it's like 2 weeks before the pay per view, but so probably won't be on Smackdown this week. Maybe the Go Home show on the 24th. The week after we'll probably see Edge somehow, and then he'll make the challenge. Either make the challenge this Friday night, or maybe 2 nights before the pay per view. He's like, "Oh, I want an ambulance match." That's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with Edge and Rollins 3 if it does happen at the pay per view, but we'll see. All right, after that we go to the locker room of the tribal chief Roman Reigns, and he's giving the Usos a pep talk before they go out to defend the belts against the Street Profits. Roman then tells Paul that he saved him and wants to know how Heyman didn't tell him about Brock at SummerSlam. And really, Heyman didn't say anything. So, do you ever why didn't Paul tell Roman's story? What's going to happen? So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go back to the ring with the tag team titles on the line. The SmackDown tag team titles, I should say. We got the Usos taking on the Street Profits. And it was an okay match. We start off with the Usos starting fast, sending the Profits to the outside. They hit a big dive, drops Dawkins as we go to a pretty break, right? Like 2 minutes, like a minute in. Bad production there. We come back. As always, the faces come back usually during the break. Dawkins is shouldering Jimmy down for a near fall. Then gets hit in the face. Jimmy then knocks Dawkins down for another near fall, but misses the jumping leg drop, which was enough to bring in Montez Ford. Comes in with a huge no hands dive on the both of the Usos, and then Pat Mag was like, he dived 5 feet. That was pretty nice by Montez Ford. All right, then Roman and my name is Paul Heyman. We see them watching from the locker room. They are not pleased, obviously. Okay, this is the main event, by the way. So we go to break, come back. Dawkins grabs a swing neck breaker and hands it back to Montez Ford to do some more damage and everything. Ford loses a shoe, then he throws it out. It's like, I don't need a shoe. Hits a one-shoed running blockbuster for a near fall. Then they double team. I think it was I think it was Jay. They hit a Doomsday Blockbuster, which was a move from a lot of people who have used that move. I don't remember the last team that did that, but anyway, I think the All Night Express used that, but I could be wrong. Anyway, Doomsday Blockbuster gets a near fall. Dawkins is then stunned is like, I can't believe he kicked out. So they get back up. Dawkins running leapfrog over Jay, lands in a super kick by Jimmy, and then Montez Ford pulls Jay to the outside, leaving Jimmy to get rolled up for a near fall. The kick out sends Dawkins into a super kick. Then the Superfly Splash connects for a very near fall. Dawkins then gets back up to plant Jimmy with, I think, the anointment. And then Montez Ford goes up, hits the twisting from the heavens frog splash. It looked like they were about to win the titles. But then Roman comes out. I think Roman was out before. But anyway, so he hits the frog splash, and then Reigns goes in and beats the crap out of Montez Ford, causing disqualification at almost at 15 and a half minutes. So it was a pretty good match. Yeah, ending kind of sucked, but it is what it is. So I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. And that was it. And then after the match, they beat down the Street Profits, blah blah blah. And then Roman says he'll take Brock Lesnar on once he gets done with Finn Balor. And then he's talking. Then the lights go out, and Sabu comes out. No, then we hear the heartbeat stuff. And then we hear the music of the Demon Finn Balor, the demon version of Finn Balor, or what I call him, the Carnage version of Finn Balor, the Jack Sparrow version, whatever you want to call it. And then Michael Cole's like talking about the demon is complicated to understand. We don't know where he's going. So he comes out. Then he gets to the ring. He takes off his his wig and all that shit, and he's in like dark black, and kind of look like almost like Carnage and everything. Well, with the black and the stuff, like he used to look. But anyway, he stares down at Roman, and basically that ends SmackDown. So we're gonna get Roman Reigns versus the Demon Finn Balor at Extreme Rules for the Universal title, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. And so Finn Balor gets another shot at Roman, and he has to use his demon gimmick to try to win, and it's not gonna work. It's not. I mean, Brock versus Roman at Crown Jewel is already locked in, so that's all I gotta say about that. So I mean, we'll probably get some good stuff from Finn and everything. His entrance is gonna be epic, of course, blah blah blah. But Roman's gonna beat him again, probably from maybe some chicanery. But Roman's gonna win, and then blah 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 blah, and then we start the feud between Roman and Brock. On the first episode of SmackDown in October. I think they're on the October 1st show. I don't even know when they crafted it. They said it was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be the end of this month or early October. They'll announce it, but it is what it is. I don't know what's going to happen with that regarding Crown Jewel. There's a lot. There's some rumors going around that Roman is going to go from SmackDown to Raw. So maybe, if that's the case, then probably Bobby Lashley will go to SmackDown. And then maybe you have Big E versus Big E will go after the title because Big E supposedly is supposed to come to Raw. And Drew McIntyre is supposed to go to SmackDown. I mean, It's gonna be a weird, crazy draft coming up, where a lot of people may or may not go. But it is what it is. But the people in catering will stay in catering. It is what it is. Like Dana Brooke and R-Truth and Humberto Carrillo. The Lucha House Party. Akira Tozawa and maybe Jeff Hardy. They'll all be stuck in catering. And it is what it is. Speaking of Jeff Hardy, I read something that Jeff Hardy, everything that was pitched to him, he did not like. But he's a company guy. Wants to finish his contract so he can go to AEW to be with his brother Matt, and finish out their career. Sorry, I'm getting a little sleepy. Yeah, so I just don't like how Jeff Hardy's now in the 24/7 title picture. I just don't like it. Why is he in there? Why was he even out there? I mean, you have him beat Killer Cross, and then after that, because Vince and company screwed up Killer Cross's debut, like they screwed up Keith Lee's debut, like they screwed up everybody from NXT's debut, except for a couple, like Bianca and Toni Storm, blah, blah, blah. But where's Toni Storm been? With that one segment with Dolph Ziggler last week. Woo! They are so misusing Toni Storm. Are we going to ever see her again? Probably not. Then they showed they showed NXT, with the new logo and the new look and everything. Looks hideous. They're calling it NXT 2.0. The rebranded version of NXT this Tuesday night from the new look Capitol Wrestling Center. Yeah, like that's gonna work. It's gonna look like shit. I'm telling you right now. The whole look of the Capitol Wrestling Center. Well, now they changed it from the original look that they first put out, and now it looks like basically the same stage that Raw and Smackdown has. And now I read a story today. There was some more cuts in NXT, but it wasn't anybody, any wrestlers. It was just like production people. Go figure that one out. I'm telling you, this new NXT is going to suck. And they have guys and girls there. This is going to be the future of WWE. I'm telling you guys right now, NXT is going to be extinct by next year. Even though Vince and Bruce are producing the show, and Paul, Mr. Triple H, glad he's doing better, by the way. My prayers and everything go to Triple H again, because coming off that cardiac arrest and you had to go to the hospital to get a procedure done. So, we're all nervous for Triple H. But he's doing fine. He's getting better and everything. That's nice. Just take it easy with Stephanie. Hi, Steph. But glad that Triple H is back and back home, and hopefully he's gonna do better. And we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so he's still kind of still doing stuff with with Matt Bloom, Albert, and he's the guy that plays Albert, and Shawn Michaels and company. He still has some not much control, but he's still there and everything with William Regal and company, blah blah blah. But still, I mean, really, who's your stars on NXT right now? Besides Samoa Joe, who's your champion? And you got MSK as the tag team champions. You got Io and Zoe Stark as your women's tag team champions. We're probably gonna lose them pretty soon, and as Io or one of them is gonna turn. I think Zoe Stark's gonna turn on Io, even though I as much as I would like Io to turn on her and go back to her psycho when she first came to NXT, as a heel, coming from the Black Lotus tribe and from the sick stuff she did in Japan. She was a sick woman in Japan. If I told the story that somebody sent me a thing on Twitter, said, Peter, you got to look at this from EO. I'm like, okay, what's this? So we see, this is from 2018. It's way before I think EO even came to NXT. She's in Japan, and she's getting beat up by this another Japanese chick. I don't even know what promotion it was. I think it was Joshi or Stardom or whatever it was. But anyway, so EO's in the ring, and this woman takes out a barbed wire exploding bat. And EO's on the ground, and then she's hurting. And then she gets up, and then the woman just gets ready to freaking light her up. And she just swings, boom, right into the midsection of EO. Explosion. EO gets, doesn't really blow up, but she takes it flush in the stomach. Sparks galore. She goes to the outside, and then people have to put water on her and everything. Then the woman that hit EO with the bat, she's like screaming in pain, like, oh my freaking God. So she must have got electrocuted or something like that. But it is what it is, and that's that. So yeah, EO. I would love EO to go back to that, but creepy, EO, like the Black Lotus tribe version of EO. But we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of exploding barbed wire, before we get back into SmackDown, Matt Tremont, the leader of H2O here in Jersey, which is hard, like remnants of CCW that he made with certain stars like Brandon Kirk, Casey Catal, and everybody, Jimmy Lloyd and company. He did a live video on Instagram to promote an event called Destiny on Halloween night in Trenton, New Jersey, at the Trenton Thunder. What was it called? The Trenton Thunder Ballpark. It's in Trenton. Just look it up. And that's going to be, I believe, for the first time on American soil in a stadium. It's going to be Onita, Matt Tremont 2 in an exploding death match. I can't wait for that. 8 p.m. start on IWTV. It's a streaming service. You can just watch it. I can't wait for that. Onita, they're gonna kill each other. That ring is going to explode. I mean, a lot. Not with a barbed wire. I'm talking about the whole ring is gonna explode. And I don't know if I don't even think both of them will survive. But Onita pulled Tremont out of retirement, and he's like, you can't retire until you face me. And they fought like a year or two, I think 2 years ago, and didn't end well for Tremont. He got hit with a barbed wire bat, exploding barbed wire bat. So that was that. So they're doing it again on Halloween night, August the 31st, in Trenton, New Jersey, for H2O Destiny. And it's going to be explosive. No pun intended. And that's that. So I can't wait for that. I'm going to be watching that. I don't care about football that night, but I'm going to watch that. And it's going to be, I can't wait. Onita, man. Onita-san. Yes. I can't wait. Onita. Somebody is going to die. And this will be a real exploding bomb match. Not the one that AEW tried to emulate and failed miserably. This will be a real Japanese style, Onita style, barbed wire exploding bomb match. And then when that countdown goes on, and when the ring, goes down to 0, and then the entire ring blows up, it will blow up. Just like an XPW and all that shit. So I don't think we haven't seen one of those exploding barbed wire matches since XPW. Long time ago. Very long time ago. That's all I gotta say about that. I can't wait for that. I just can't wait for Onita and freaking Tremont 2. I gotta wait a month for this. About 6 weeks? Well, about that time. About 6-7 weeks till Halloween. I can't wait. That's gonna be awesome. Awesome. I can't wait. Awesome. Anyway, and we move on from that. So what was I talking about? Alright, so that ends SmackDown. Your SmackDown review is now over as a Roman caused the disqualification. The Street Profits win by disqualification, thanks to Roman. And Roman beat him up and everything, and Roman cuts a promo saying that, once I'm done with Finn Balor, I'm gonna beat Brock Lesnar, I'm gonna smash him too and everything. And then Finn Balor comes out as the Demon. So, fans go nuts and everything. And then they have an epic stare down to end SmackDown. And that's pretty much it for SmackDown. So SmackDown was pretty damn good. And I gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. And like I said, they did a 2.21 in the ratings, up from last week's 2.1. So not bad. I thought this was going to be at least 2.5 or more, but yeah. This could have done it 3, but I guess it did a 2.2. What do you want to do? So we'll see what happens next week on SmackDown between Finn Balor and Roman Reigns, and maybe Brock Lesnar might be there. But I think Brock will probably take the week off and then maybe show up the week after that on the Go Home show before Extreme Rules. Then he'll probably be at Extreme Rules to see what happens in that. Probably come out after the match to maybe stare down Roman or beat down Roman. Maybe I doubt a cash in or anything like that from Big E or anything, but you never know. And that's that. And then we'll see what else happens, with the SmackDown tag team titles. Probably get more with Bianca and Becky. And some more shit next week on SmackDown. That's it. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10 stars, and that's it. All right, let's get to Rampage, if I can. All right, so Rampage, also a pretty good show. Came from where Dynamite was in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we had our commentary team of Tony Baloney sitting in for the Big Show. We had good old AR sitting in for Chris Jericho because he's doing Fozzy stuff. And we also had Bismarck Henry. So they introduced us to the show. Then we go right to the ring with our first match. They should have been at All Out, but got pulled and now put on Rampage. We got Pac versus Andrade, who came out with Chavo, and that other mystery guy, whoever he is. And we get that. All right, we start off with that. Let me see how much time. A minute. Okay, we should be all right. All right, they stare each other down to start. Andrade then pushes Pac. Pac pushed him right back. Then they go back and forth, some forearm shots. Andrade sends Pac in the ropes and gives him a big shoulder block. Pac's like, no sells it, and he hits the kip up, and then Pac follows it up with a shotgun dropkick. Sends Pac in the corner where he stomps on him for a little bit, stomps on a mud hole in his ass. Now Andrade finds himself on the defensive side, who are trying to get on the defense side as Pac arm rips him to the canvas, followed by a spinning Hurricane Rana. Then a dive outside the ropes, and the fans going nuts for this, of course. Then both men start brawling on the outside for a little bit. Then he goes back in the ring. Then he's doing the match like from Taz, asks about his hostile comments towards Punk on Dynamite, and then Taz tells him Punk pushed his buttons. It is what it is. So probably see CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs maybe on Wednesday. I don't know, or maybe after that. Maybe on maybe on Friday. Well, maybe on Wednesday because it's in Jersey, so who knows. Anyway, Andrade connects with a DDT on Pac that sends him crashing outside the ring. Then he starts showboating. Then he runs to the rope, the turnbuckle on the other side. Does an insane spinning corkscrew body splash. That was kind of cool by Mr. Andrade. He goes back inside as Andrade and Pac fighting on the top turnbuckle. Pac slips as his legs get caught in the ropes. That didn't look good. Then Andrade tries the Alberto Del Rio stomp. I lost my spot. Well, he tries it on Pac, but he barely connects, and both men go crash into the ground outside the ring. Didn't look good. To go to commercial, come back. Pac is over the shoulders of Andrade. Don't know what he was trying to do, but Pac hits a Hurricane Rana, follows it up with a running pump kick, then a clothesline. As both men are pretty much exhausted, as I think referee Bryce was about to count him out. Pac gets to his feet, and then Pac goes all New Japan like strong style action, some stiff kicks. Pac tried to look for a powerbomb to Andrade, but Andrade blocked it. He drops the stand on his feet outside the ring as Pac super kicks him. Pac goes to the top turnbuckle again, but his legs once again get caught up again. So Andrade tries for the dump again, miss. Pac does a flying moonsault on the outside. They go back in. Pac is back on the top rope, connects with a spinning 450 splash. Goes to win, but Andrade grabbed the rope to break the count. Pac looks like he's spent as Andrade capitalizes with a Pele kick. Pac comes right back on the offense, connects with a sweet belly-to-belly suplex. Then they go back and forth, countering each other. Pac applies the brutalizer as we see Jose, not jalapeno on a steak. No, Jose, that other guy, that mystery guy. Now his name is Jose. He has something on his hand, and then we hear it. And it's like stun gun. Ooh. He has a stun gun in his hands, trying to distract the referee. I don't know. I'm surprised Chavo didn't do anything, but the Lucha Brothers come down. Pentagon, Zero, Miedo, and Rey Fenix, the AEW tag champs. They come out, they pull him down, and then we see Chavo attacking Pac from behind. Andrade manages to get the pin on Pac somehow, and gets a second win in AEW. So kind of a sloppy fit to the match. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Not a bad opener, but a little bit better. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Afterwards, Andrade got pissed because I guess he didn't want to win that way. Chavo's trying to celebrate with him. I think it was on it was in the was it in I think it was in the ring. I don't know, it was inside the ring or outside, I think it was outside the ring. Yeah, they're going up the ramp, and Andrade he's pissed, and Chavo's like trying to calm him down. Andrade's like, "Fuck you, Chavo!" Punched him right in the face. Then he throws his tablet right back at him, and then the Lucha Brothers hit double super kicks on Chavo as he turns around. Then he goes to the ring, and where Pac was, and Pac wasn't happy that he lost. and Pac applies a brutalizer as the other officials are coming out to try to get him up. Now Bryce is like grabbing freaking up, and he's like, get him off! He can't do anything. And then like other referees like Rick Knox comes out, and Aubrey Edwards tries to come out, like what she's gonna do. And Pac had the brutalizer on for a long time. It looked like he was. I think he might have either injured Chavo, because Chavo was like after he got out of it, he was grabbing his shoulder in pain. So that's probably how they're gonna write him off or anything. So he lets go, and then the Death Triangle stand tall, and that's it. And we move on from there. So it looks like Andrade got pissed, and that's probably how they're gonna write him off. And then in his place will be it's your boy Ric Flair. So bye bye Chavo. And Andrade's gonna start his little thing now with he's got his father-in-law Ric Flair, and then hopefully if he can get maybe Dragon Lee, and who else did he say? I think he said Roosh, but I think Roosh is hurt. I think, so I heard they were supposed to do Roosh and Bandito. I think a Death Before Dishonor, but that's not happening. I don't even know who Bandito's even facing. But I haven't looked at the Ring of Honor card yet. But I know it's supposed to be the OG Kingdom against the Briscoe Brothers. I know it's one match. And then they're supposed to have the I think the women's final for the women's world title with Miranda Alizé and Roxy. That should be interesting. I was hoping Angelina Love would be in the finals, but she lost to Roxy, a little pint-sized midget Roxy, but it is what it is. So I'm thinking Miranda Alizé is going to win that, but it is what it is. I don't even know if Bandito's even fighting that night. I don't know, but it's in Philly this weekend, so we'll see what happens with that. So if Roosh is hurt, I thought they were going to maybe, Roosh, when Roosh does come back, they were going to have Roosh versus Bandito, maybe at Final Battle. Because I don't think they're going to have any other pay-per-view in October or November, or maybe they won't have a pay-per-view probably till Final Battle. Hopefully in New York, but we'll see. I am praying Final Battle is in New York and not at Terminal 5. Has to be in Hammerstein. I'm not going to Terminal 5 again for Final Battle. I did that in 2014. And I had really bad seats. Even though it was next to the bar, but it was okay. Next to the bar, you just, go right around the bar, and you're in the bathroom. It was either that or going to the second and third floor and seeing nothing. But I hate that place. I hate Terminal 5. I just do. I liked it when it was a club, and now it's it's just basically a concert hall now, which has no AC. And I was supposed to go there for I was supposed to go there for In This Moment and Dead DED and the Black Veil Brides, who suck, and another band. I think I forget who was. I think it was not Six Apart. I forget who was the opening band, but that got canceled because of the fucking pandemic. And In This Moment's coming to Montclair, New Jersey. I can't get there, so I'm gonna miss them. Gonna miss out on that concert. So probably next year I see In This Moment, but I'm hoping to see Zakk Wylde in November sometime. I think it's like a week or two before Thanksgiving in New York City. So I'm just waiting. I start my new job pretty soon, so I'm just waiting on the paperwork. So hopefully by I'm hoping to go to that concert. I'm hoping to go. If I can't, then I'll just save my money for Christmas. And that's all I gotta say about that. We'll move on from there. But you don't need to know that. All right, so Chavo's out, and probably be Ric Flair making his debut with Andrade pretty damn soon. And Andrade wants to have his familia there. He's got his father-in-law, Ric Flair, He's going to have Dragon Lee, the TV champion from Ring of Honor, unless he loses that belt. And then he's going to have Roosh when he gets better. And then maybe, just maybe in a couple years, Charlotte Flair might jump over to AEW, and then his family will be there. But I don't know about Charlotte going to AEW, but I think he'll have his Ingobernables faction in AEW probably by the end of the year or maybe early next year. Yeah, so he'll have himself, Roosh, Dragon Lee, and maybe another guy. I don't know who it might be. He wanted Shinsuke to be with him, but I don't know if they'll get Shinsuke, but well, Shinsuke's it is what it is. I mean, Kevin Owens is about to leave in January. Sami Zayn's contract ends actually at the end of this year. So yeah, both of them look to be going to AEW. So who knows what's going to happen with them? And then there's so many other names that might be jumping ship pretty soon, like Ricochet, maybe Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know. They might try to keep Shinsuke, even though now he's the Intercontinental Champion. With Rick Boogs, unless they, I don't know how long that's gonna last, because I think it might last maybe another couple of months, and then Rick Boogs turns on him, hits him in the head with that guitar, and then probably takes the title off of him, and then Shinsuke probably goes back to catering, and then go bye-bye. So maybe if Shinsuke does go to AEW, probably won't be till sometime next year. I don't know when his contract ends, but if they do release him, then they release him probably by WrestleMania, then he probably won't be around for Double or Nothing. So I would think if they do get Shinsuke, it'd probably be at All Out 4. But we'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on from there. All right, so we get that. So so Andrade's gonna have Ric Flair in his corner, pretty. All right. After that, we go to commercial. We're back in the ring with Tony Baloney, and he brings out Darby Allin along with the man called Sting. So Darby has a message for Shawn Spears, which is without Tully Blanchard. He's nothing. I actually liked what Darby said. Darby went savage. He's like, Shawn Spears, you generic piece of shit. I was like, damn. So he's like, without Tully Blanchard, you're absolutely nothing. That's kind of true. And then Sting gets on the mic and gets the crowd line up, goes woo! And he tells the crowd in Cincinnati it's good to be back. Then he questions whether or not Tully rode the coattails of Ric Flair and Arn Anderson back in the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen, I think he did. Then he welcomes him to the ring as he calls him out, and Tully appears on the ramp, tells Sting how he's always liked the numbers game. Then we see Shawn Spears attack Darby from behind, drags him outside the ring, and beats him up. And Tully tells Sting to look into his eyes now, and that's it. So so that's a great way to catch on Wednesday between Darby and Shawn Spears, and we'll see what happens with that and what happens with Tully and Sting. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we got a video package, a great video package featuring our good friend, yours and mine, the newest member of the ED baby, the ED baby. Oh, I can't wait for BTE on Monday. 500,000 hits already for the last BTE with Bryan Danielson, Punk, and Adam Cole on the show. So I don't know if it's going to eclipse 500, but we'll see. That's that. So we get a video package featuring Adam Cole, baby. Calls the Elite a brotherhood, a special group of powerful people showing how good they really are. And then he talks about trusting all the members of the Elite before turning his attention towards Bryan Danielson and Christian. So Cole's like, I've done everything, and I'm not even in my prime yet. It's like 30-something years old, not even in his prime yet. He's done everything. And he knows he can mop the floor with both of them. Well, mop the floor with Bryan Danielson like 2 years ago, if you remember that one. Even though he almost lost the NXT title to him. Ooh boy, that would have been bad. Then we hear from Bryan Danielson as the Elite, in his eyes, are insecure how he's only going after one man in the group, and that is Kenny Omega and the AEW World Title. Bryan's excited to be in AEW, and he wants to fight Kenny. And he's looking for his first match against Kenny or somebody in AEW, as he's all game. So we'll see what happens with that. I think his first match might be at the September 22nd show in New York City. So we're kind of hyping him for that. That was supposed to be his debut before they moved it up to September the 5th. But it is what it is. So pretty good promo from both these guys. And I'd love to see another Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson match. But we'll see what happens with that. Maybe at Full Gear, but we'll see. Anyway, so I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll move on from there. All right, then we go to match number 2, a trios match. We had the Good Doctor, Mrs. Adam Cole, baby, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, with her good friends, Rebel and Jamie Hayter, as they take on the Soho squad of Ruby Soho, the ever cute Riho, and Chris Statlander, who came out with her best friend, and oh gosh, she's fucking black. Guy she's banging. That's Mr. Orange Cassidy, a good friend, Orange Cassidy. That's kind of cool. Match was alright. Starts out with Rio and Britt exchanging some holds. A little bit of a hesitation with Rio trying to continue her attack, because Rio hasn't been in a lot of matches recently. You know, besides, I think she was in the Casino Battle Royale. I think this is I think she was in the Women's World Tournament title tournament, and that was it. So I think it's like a 3rd or 4th match this year because of the freaking pandemic. Many people from Japan can't come over, but it is what it is. So anyway, so Rio kind of hesitates on continuing her attack as Britt comes back with some punches to Rio, who kind of like awkwardly, like weird tags at Chris Statlander. Then they go at it, kind of reliving their match from out. So Statlander does a nice roll through, followed by sending Britt into the ropes, connecting with a power slam. Britt manages to escape the near fall as she tags in Rebel. Then Rio comes right back in, gets on the back of Statlander to do a kind of Mortal Kombat like bicycle kick on Rebel. That was kind of cool. Like the Dunkang thing. Then Jamie Hayter gets tagged in. Rio goes to town on her with a 619. Then Rebel attacks Rio to help Jamie rebound as we go into a commercial break. We come back. Rio's able to make the tag to Ruby Soho, who's laying in the punches to Jamie Hayter, followed by a nice back sweep takedown. Somebody's been watching some tapes. Tags in Statlander. Both girls try to look for a double team move on Hayter, but Hayter fights him off. She connects with a backbreaker on Statlander for a near fall. Rebels tag back in as they try to do a double team on Statlander, but instead they settle for just beating the crap out of her. I'm like, that could do. Then they try to double team her again, but Statlander counts with a double suplex. Then she gets a 1925 roll up on Rebel as Britt Baker breaks it up. Then both of them are exchanging shots as Statlander comes through with a spinning Falcon Arrow. And then Rio gets on the shoulders of Statlander as Rebel tries to cover Baker. Rio then hits a double stomp on the lower back of Rebel. Then she follows up with a flying crossbody off with Jamie Hayter. Then she tags in Ruby, who comes in with a Pele kick to the face, or the Riot kick, or the Soho kick, whatever you want to call it, on Rebel. And they get the win. Rebel takes the fall because they're not going to make freaking Jamie Hayter or Britt Baker lose and look weak So make the weakest link lose the match. So they get the win. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So Ruby gets her her third win if you count the Casino Battle Royal and on Dynamite. But she picks up the win. She's now 3-0, so that's kind of cool. That's it. So the Soho squad pick up the win, and we'll see what happens with that. So it continues the storyline with Britt Baker and Ruby Soho for the Women's World Title, and then we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on from there. All right. After that, we go to the back with our final comments for the main event between Matt Caster and Brian Pillman Jr. Not a great main event for Rampage, but it is what it is. So we got Bismarck Henry getting words from both men. Caster's issues is that Pillman has fake friends around him, and he's going to beat his Saved by the Bell looking butt. Was he Zach Morris? Okay. But anyway, so Pillman wonders if Caster can walk the walk. He knows Caster can talk the talk, as we see, find out how that got him. Got him suspended for a month or so. So Pillman knows he has the hometown crowd behind him. His Aunt Linda's there. His sister's there. Blah blah blah. His family's there. Blah blah. He has the hometown crowd behind him. He's going to come at Caster full throttle, and that's it. All right, then we get to the match, and it was okay. It's also with Pillman pouncing, not that kind of pounce, on Caster with some punches to the face, and getting off his vest. Connects with a drop kick between the ropes to Caster and both Anthony Bowen. Pillman's looking for a move off the top rope, but instead he goes crashing face first thanks to Anthony Bowen. Caster's now on the offense. The fans are booing him, booing Caster. Bowen's continues to get in his two shots and everything. As the ref doesn't see anything. Caster gets in the cover for a pin attempt, but he only gets a near fall out of that. With a back suplex, falls up with a hard kick to the back. And Bowens, once again, continues assaulting Brian as the referee's not even looking at anything. Come on, referee! Do something! Then we get a lazy cover by Caster for a near fall as the crowd's trying to kind of get Brian Pillman Jr. into the match. And it kind of works as he comes back with a series of clotheslines followed by some chops, Irish whip into the ropes. Then we get the 10 punches to the back of the head and neck. Pillman's looking for a high-risk maneuver, but once again, Bowens interferes to help out. Pillman fights off Caster as he does a diving crossbody to crash into Anthony Bowens. Caster comes in with a drop kick to Pillman as he goes to the top. But that gets denied as Caster looks for a flying elbow drop that doesn't connect. Pillman then takes advantage of it, hits a flying clothesline. I think it was like slingshot flying clothesline. 1, 2, 3. Brian Pillman Jr. gets the win over Max Caster and the Acclaimed. Blah 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 blah. And that was it. So it was an okay match. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Pillman celebrates with his family. Then he gets back in the ring, and then the Acclaimed start beating him up. Bowens attacks him from behind, and Caster tries to get his 2 shots in as well. And then John Moxley comes in to save the other Cincinnati boy. He comes in, lays out Bowens with his own boombox. Then he hits Caster with a paradigm shift. And that ends Rampage as Moxley and Pillman celebrate in the ring. The 2 Cincinnati boys. So we had a nice hometown homecoming for Brian Pillman Jr. and Mr. John Moxley. And that's it. So that ends Rampage, and Rampage was not bad. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. I don't know what the rating is. I'll probably find out tomorrow, and maybe I'll let you know the rating for Rampage. NXT did a really bad rating this week. I think they did 600,000. I think. Oof, not good. And I can only imagine what this Tuesday is going to be, even though it's live. And we got that wedding between Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell, among other stuff on that show. The new look, the new set, the new look of the Capitol Wrestling Center. It's probably not going to be a good show, but it is what it is, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, so that's it. So that's it for my review. Thank you all for watching. Once again, SmackDown gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 stars. Very good show this week. I think it was the better show of the night. But not far behind was Rampage with a solid 7 out of 10. So we'll see what happens next week on SmackDown and Rampage on the September the 18th edition of SmackDown and Rampage. I think Rampage is going to be from Jersey, so we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. And before we leave, we have a little bit of people in the chat. Thank you all for coming in and enjoying my review. This is almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Probably going to be going to bed right after this, but I'll try. I'm kind of getting sleepy, even though it is what it is. Anyway, we got Cabal. My good friend Cabal says, "What's up, Pete? What's up, Cabal? Thank you for coming in. As always, thank you. Glad we I'm glad we ironed out our differences over the last few months and years. Glad you're one of my supporters. You support me and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. Anyway, Cabal says he should try out some new face paint. He's been doing the Carnage look since he joined the main roster. Oh yeah, that's Mr. Finn Balor. Yeah, he should try some new stuff. Yeah, I think he really should stop this demon gimmick and go back to the New Japan stuff that he used to do. The zombie look, or the vampire look when he came out at Wrestle Kingdom 8. He should do some of that. I can't wait for I would mark out for that if he came out like that. There was an NXT he came out as Jack the Ripper. Was that the one in London? I think that was the one in London. He came out as Jack the Ripper. That was kind of cool. But but for the most part, every time he turns into the demon, it's basically Carnage Demon. Blech. As much as I like Carnage and everything, but kind of change it up a little bit. That's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on. I'm getting sleepy. All right, Cabal says, "Is Lucha House Party still a thing?" Sadly, they are. They're in the tag team turmoil match and basically got their butts kicked by the New Day. Yeah. So back to catering they go, making some empanadas and some tacos. I could bet you nothing they'll get released pretty soon. Probably go back to Mexico. I don't think they'll go to AEW. What are they gonna do with them anyway? They won't put them with Andrade, but I doubt that. But who knows? Who cares about Drama Talik and Lince Dorado? Just send them back to Mexico. He's not doing anything. Just staying in catering. That's it. Sucks. Anyway, Jeff Hardy needs to go to AEW ASAP. Yes, just release him already, please. Like I said, why is he in this 24/7 thing? I hope he doesn't win it, because that'll be a big slap in the face to him and to the 24/7 title. And basically every WWE fan, or basically all wrestling fans, that'll be a big slap in the face. But an even bigger slap in the face to Jeff Hardy, who just wins the catering world title. That's what it is. It's basically people from catering win that damn title. Not to say Reggie was in catering, but kind of felt that way. At least Reggie's a credible champion, unlike the other people who have held that belt. And but now Drake Maverick's in this whole thing again. Maybe Drake wins it again. Maybe we'll see Renee Michelle. Who knows? I doubt that, but maybe Drake wins and then maybe finally consummates his marriage. Go figure. If he did it already, but who knows? Who cares? But yeah, Jeff should go to AEW, reform the Hardy Boys with with Matt, and then win the tag team belts from the Bucks, or maybe either from the Bucks or from, I would say, the Lucha Brothers. I had that maybe at All Out 4, or if it's not at All Out 4 next year, maybe at Full Gear 4 in next November in 2022. But yeah, Jeff needs to get out of there. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. But I do agree with you on that. Kamal says, I still can't believe how they handled EC3. Oy, oy, oy. They really screwed him up. I feel bad for Derek Bateman. I really do. What's going on out there? I thought something was going on outside my house. It's 4 o'clock in the morning almost. I thought somebody was like, shut up! Go to sleep. Do whatever I want. Shut up. My house. But anyway, yeah, they really did Derek Bateman wrong. They released him when he was first in NXT. Then he goes to TNA, becomes a big star, becomes EC3. I think a 2-time world champion. Gets up with Madame Kata, and Rockstar Spud, and then Tyrus, and everything. And then they kind of screwed him over and near the end of his TNA career. Goes back to WWE, goes back to NXT. Didn't really do much. Goes to the main roster. Did nothing. Did nothing with him. To release him, and now he's in Ring of Honor doing this whole create your narrative thing. And had a pretty good feud with Jay Briscoe. I thought that was kind of cool. And now it looks like he's helping looked like Braun Strowman, or I don't know who it was, but I thought it was Matt Taven for a second, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with EC3 and Ring of Honor now. I don't even think he's in Impact anymore. I don't know what's going on with EC3 at this point. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens with EC3, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, got a few more comments, and then we're going to wrap up this burrito and go to bed. All right, got my good buddy from Mexico, Alejandro Klatza. Kind of late there, Alejandro. It's about to be 1 o'clock in Mexico. Yeah, 3:58 here now. It's about to be 4 o'clock in the morning here. Well, Alejandro says hi. What's up, Alejandro? How you doing, my friend? Anyway, he says this has been the best SmackDown this year. I kind of agree with that. I think this was the best SmackDown all year. And hopefully next week is the same. If they can this is the way SmackDown and Raw should be. But look who's running the show. Bruce! It is what it is. That's all I got to say about that. But it was a great SmackDown. Should have been a higher rating instead of a 2.2, but it is what it is, and that's that. All right, Becky Lynch gives me a tremendous cringe. Yeah, I'm not liking her heel gimmick. I really don't like it. I'm not interested. I'm not that invested in this new version of Becky. But she wanted to be heel. I don't think it's working for her, but it is what it is. Anyway, with what happened with Seth Rollins at the end of having done his finisher, is babyface coming again? Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. I kind of got confused with what you said. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see face, the Architect or anything like that. Face version of Seth Rollins. I don't think so. Not right now. I still think when he was by the ambulance and he was kind of feeling a little bit sorry for what happened, and he put Edge in the hospital. Put Edge basically in the hospital. I think he's gonna feel sorry, and then he's gonna he's probably gonna come out this week, maybe kind of promo in the ring, saying that he's sorry for what happened to Edge and blah blah blah, and then he's gonna go all sinister and then start laughing like I got kicked Edge out. no, I'll beat Edge, And then, like I said, I think it's gonna lead to an ambulance match at Extreme Rules, Seth Rollins and Edge 3, probably to end the trilogy and everything. I think Edge is gonna put Seth Rollins in the hospital, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't see Seth Rollins going babyface anytime soon. But that's that. Let me move on. All right, got my good buddy from the UK, Kevin Daddy. Kevin Daddy says, "Yo, Peter. Yo, yo ho." Probably was like for me. Anyway, back to Alejandro Clase. He says, "I don't understand why Andrade hit Chavo Guerrero Jr. I have to see it on Wednesday at Space in Latin America. Oh, you probably didn't watch it last week. Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, basically, Andrade hit Chavo because Chavo kind of, screwed around and everything and helped him win. He didn't want to. I think he wanted to beat Pac in his own way. It is what it is. So Andrade got all pissed, and then basically they wrote Chavo off TV by feeding him to Pac and then putting him in a brutalizer and messing up his shoulder and everything. So yeah, I think they said that the whole experiment with Chavo didn't work, and now that Ric Flair is going to be coming in pretty soon, so that's probably why he did that. But it is what it is. Remind me what time it was. Dynamite, 8 Eastern time. Yes, Dynamite this Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on TNT or Space, wherever you are. Yeah. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, or whatever Mexico's time zone is. That's it. So set your DVR. And that's all I gotta say about that. I knew this question was gonna come. When did you get your haircut, bro? By the way, I was already vaccinated yesterday. Oh, good job there. Good job there with your vaccination. I hope you're fully vaccinated. I don't know if you got your first shot or your second shot, but I hope you're fully vaccinated, depending on what shot you got, either the Pfizer, Moderna, or the AstraZeneca shot, which is the 2 shots. I think Pfizer's 2 shots. I think Moderna's 2 shots. AstraZeneca, I think, is 2 shots as well. I got the Johnson & Johnson one, so that was just 1 shot. Bing, done. So it is what it is. Hopefully, Alejandro, I hope you got you're fully vaccinated, and that's all I gotta say about that. Continued good health there, Alejandro. When did you get your haircut? I got my haircut yesterday. Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. I went down to my barber, and it cost me goddamn $40, but it is what it is. So I said 20, but it was 40. So stiffed me. The barber stiffed me. But I know the barber pretty well, so no, he gave me a discount, so it is what it is. So it is what it is. So, but nice set of not a buzz cut. You can't see it because it's dark, so I don't have much light, so you can barely see it. So got a little bit of you can see it now. Yeah, I got like cut really short on the side, and I kept a little bit on the top. So not a full buzz cut, but just like a shortened buzz. So it is what it is. So it's gonna take a long time for me to grow back the rock star hair, and that's that. I also got to shave. You can notice no beard right now, but it's starting to come back really quick. I got it yesterday, and now the stubble's starting to come in. Listen, my face is like a chia pet, but it is what it is. Chia. So probably by the weekend, it won't come in full, but it'll start coming in probably by the end of I would say by Monday or Tuesday. So I'll probably have to start trim it probably middle to the end of next week. I'll probably just trim it a little bit. I'm not gonna have it like full like old man Gilmore beard, or when I used to have the porn stash beard. No, not gonna do that again. when it starts getting a little bit full, then I'm gonna trim it a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing that for the next couple months, and then probably around my birthday, I'm gonna let it grow. Hopefully it'll grow out between now and Christmas, because I want to try to get maybe a trim for Christmas for my birthday and Christmas before the end of the year. And we'll see what happens with that. So I'll get another. I might just get another shave and a haircut. Probably won't cost me $40, but probably cost me, I would say, about $30. Because I'll go to my other barber, which is like around the corner from me. I didn't go to that one because that one was closed. So got to go to the other one where my parents are. So I did that. So it is what it is, and that's that. But I hope you like it. You know, people saying, you know, certain trolls like, oh, finally Peter gets a haircut. Yeah, why you still look like an ugly troll? Like no pubes and smoke. That's what I can say about that. And move on. All right, we're near the end of this bad boy, and that's pretty much it. All right, Alejandro Costa says a great rivalry between Punk versus Arlen. Who's Arlen? I have no idea who's Arlen. Oh, you mean Punk versus Darby? I think they finished that rivalry. Well, Punk's going on to Will Hobbs right now, so he's starting his feud with Team Taz, and it is what it is. Well, you know, he's going to start with Will Hobbs, and Brian Cage is going to have a fight with Ricky Starks over the FTW title. But there's rumors going around that Brian Cage might be going to WWE. Oh boy, don't let him go there, please. Don't let him go there. God forbid Brian Cage goes to WWE. You know they're going to freaking ruin him. As long as Melissa Santos goes there. But yeah, he's being misused in AEW, and I don't. If he's the first guy from AEW to jump ship to Vince, I say let him go and let him get ruined, and then probably after a year they'll release him and then probably go back to AEW or go to Ring of Honor or go I don't know, maybe wrestle in Mexico. Who knows? Or go back on the indie circuit. I don't know, but it is what it is. I know that Brian Cage, he's one lucky man to have one hot piece of ass like Melissa Santos. Oh, the picture she has on her Instagram. She is muy caliente. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, final comment from Alejandro Klatza. Let's see if my profile picture is updated. Yep, I see it. Is that you? Is that a picture of you with your mask on? I think that is. So, very nice. Very nice. Pretty cool. That's all I gotta say about that. So, nice picture there, Alejandro. And that's it. All right, so that's it. We're gonna wrap up this burrito at 4:08 a.m. I'm tired. I'm gonna try to get some sleep, maybe a couple hours sleep. Probably have to wake up early because I want to have some early breakfast with the missus and everything, and then get ready for some football. And that's it. All right, so thank you to Cabal for coming in. Thank you to Kevin Daddy for coming in, and once as always, Alejandro Klatza for coming in. And that's all I gotta say about that. Anybody else who decided to come in and really didn't say anything and just checked out my video and probably left a dislike, well, fuck you, man. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. Once again, Smackdown 7.5 out of 10 stars for that. Rampage is a solid 7 out of 10, and that's pretty much it. So that's your weekend, everybody. Thank you all for watching this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channels, all 5 of my channels, including this one and then the 4 down below. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And hit the bell, get notified when I do a video. And that's pretty much it for that. I will be back tomorrow with episode number 205 of the Gilmore Chronicles. We'll do an afternoon stream. We'll do some predictions for Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor tomorrow night. Talk some football. maybe some wrestling news. Not gonna be too long of a video. It might not be that long. I'll see. Maybe a couple hours. Maybe I'll see. Um, let's see how it goes. Maybe I might have some guests. I don't know. I really don't want to have guests because I know trolls will come on and everything, and I'll just have to kick them out. But you know, gonna always have that fear of putting trolls on because you can get porn bombed and all that shit. So that's the only drawback of StreamYard. But almost the same, kind of like the same thing with when Google Hangouts used to be around. But it is what it is. So I just don't feel like having trolls on my chat. So, but I think if I do have guests on my show, I'm gonna put it in subscribers only mode. So you have to subscribe to me for like a month, 2 weeks to a month. So it is what it is. So I might do that. Probably the next stream I might do that. I might do a stream on another stream on Thursday. An absolute Thursday stream, just shooting the shit and talking. Maybe I'll have Nick on the show and see whoever decides to come in. But if it's trolls coming in, I'll just kick them right out. So I know a certain someone wants to try to debate me, and I'm just gonna let them on for like maybe 2 seconds, and I'm kick them out. Then try to finally reveal who the hell he is. Probably an ugly looking douchebag, but it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. I'm tired. I'm going to bed, and that's it. You should too. Go to bed, everybody. Or if you're already in bed, well, stay in bed. That's all I gotta say. All right, thank you for watching. Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on. Rock hard. If you're not down with that, fuck you, man. And that's it. And I'm Peter Gilmore signing off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night and into your early morning on Sunday, and get ready for some football. That's all I gotta say about that. And I'll see you guys later. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace.